It's a sultry summer night in Jackson, Mississippi. After the sun is set, singer Jackie Bell is heating things up inside the 930 Blues Cafe. Like most nights, it's standing room only at one of Mississippi's hottest spots for live blues music. Of course, in these parts, blues isn't just a musical style, it's a way of life. For generations, this fertile soil has produced cotton by the truckload, but the rich soil didn't make everyone in these parts wealthy. Out of this region's extreme poverty grew something else, blues music.
You know the blue will make you feel like you done lost everything you had.
About 30 miles from Jackson, in the tiny town of Bentonia, is Jimmy Duck Holmes and his Blue Front Cafe.
Well, it was labeled as a juke joint years ago. Now, don't ask me what a juke joint is. My parents got it back in 1948, and they ran into the early 70s, and I came on board. And my mother sort of like kind of mentored me through it, and then she cut it loose completely.
Bentonia sits just on the edge of Mississippi's Delta region, a swath of land that stretches along the Mississippi River in the western part of the state. The origins of Delta blues can be traced to juke joints around Mississippi, small gathering places for dancing, drinking, and just relaxing after a hard day's work.
See, when I was a kid, this is June. Probably we would still be in the field chopping cotton all day long, as hot as it is right now, trying to get finished before the 4th of July.
In the hot sun.
Hot sun. Right now, we chop until the sun go down.
The most famous blues musician from these parts is B.B. King. Here in Bentonia, they have their own brand of blues.
Yes, you got me screaming hollering.
This is your tribute wall right here.
Exactly. That's Jack Owens. He's one of the that carried the Bentonia style of music to the world.
Right there.
Matter of fact, he carried it to the world. Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Bobby Rush, because those guys was non-professional. People love to talk about good times they had. And they also like to talk about bad times. Blues tell a story. Yeah, well, early one morning, I was on my way to school. You'd have to actually have worked in the cotton field to understand what those guys was talking about.
Many of the juke joints that thrived 80 years ago are gone. The blues scene in these parts isn't what it used to be, but there are still people working hard to keep it alive.
It was early one morning, drove my mom
In the town of Leland, visitors can find out about the Delta Blues past and present at the Highway 61 Blues Museum. Not far away, a mural honoring Delta blues musicians. One of them, local farmer Harry Bub Branton.
First guitar I ever saw was in my dad's shop. I had a tractor driver, a black guy, showed me some blues, and a white guy showed me some Chuck Berry, so that was my first taste of it. Mama bought a chicken, thought it was a duck. Put it on the table with its legs, stick it up, you got to pile it up and go. We're growing about 1,000 acres of corn this year, 1,000 acres of cotton, and they're balancing soybeans. I heard 10, 5 and then 5. 600 acres of catfish. But she ain't too old to shift them gears, she got to bottle it up and go. Bottle it up and go, all you have. Well, when I was growing up, it was still a plantation, and they had mules and picked cotton by hand, and the laborers singing, in the field while they worked, and it was really interesting. Agriculture was tough, back 50 years ago. I think that's where, the blues were born out of. It was really rural hand labor agriculture, that era, that probably died around 1955 or so, when mechanization moved in. Bottle it up and go.
With the exception of Harry Branton, there are very few blues musicians farming these days. But the stories of hard work and heartache that grew out of the rich Mississippi soil are still a part of today's blues scene.
Well, it's so expressive, and I think it's easier to relate to the emotions that are being expressed through the music, because it's not intellectual music at all. It's not a head trip. It's a, you know, it's a gut trip and a heart trip.
Hey, watch this. See you kiss it.
You know that blues ain't nothing.
Back in Bentonia, Jimmy Duck Holmes isn't getting rich playing the blues, but he doesn't mind.
It's nothing but a storyteller with an instrument. You know that blues ain't nothing. Most blues singers tell it what they feel it from their heart. But a man that's feeling bad. And what makes that so? If you went out and had a bad night, or a bad week, or a bad year, and want to tell somebody about it, what's wrong with that? You know the blues will make you feel like you done lost everything you had.
Jimmy welcomes blues fans from around the globe. Heck, he might even pick up the guitar.
Well, now the blues been my companion every night, every day.
He has just one request: sign the wall.
All right.
Probably the greatest of all Delta bluesmen was Robert Johnson. Blues legend Son House once said of Johnson, "He sold his soul to the devil to get to play like that." And that's our show for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Paul Ryan. We hope to see you next time right here in America's Heartland.